Hey, it's Joe AMoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com and your love life transformation specialist. One of the things I hear all the time is, Joe, why can't you guys just tell the truth? I'm sick and tired of guys who lie, who misrepresent themselves, and who just can't be honest. Well, today you're going to get exactly what you wish for. You're going to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about men from a man. Now, I gotta tell you, you remember that movie? I think it was called A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson, where he says, "You can't handle the truth." Well, you know what? After watching this, you might not like what you want to hear because it's going to cause you to really look at some things and realize you've got to do some things differently and maybe make some choices. You might actually be in a relationship and realize that, you know what? Boy, this truth really makes me see that I'm with the wrong guy. Now, it's never my intention to break anybody up. My intention is one thing and one thing only, and that's to help you find the man who can love you the way you want to be loved. So let's just get right into it. I hear again all the time, guys can't commit. Guys don't want to be in a relationship. Guys only want to get laid. And I'm the first to admit that there are guys like that. But there are also lots of great guys out there who want to be with a woman, who have no problem committing to a woman, who have no problem with monogamy, being married, being committed. But those guys say, you know what? Before I give my life, commit the rest of my life to that one woman, she's got to be pretty freaking damn special. She's got to be unique. There's got to be something about her that makes me realize that my life is better and happier with this woman in it. And if I feel that and I know that in my heart and in my gut, then I'm going to want to be with that woman. Yesterday was my 16th wedding anniversary. And, I'm always thinking about, how can I create videos that really help you understand us men and really the truth about men dating and relationships? Because the reality is we make it so much harder than it needs to be. And it's like, I love being married. I have no problem being married. I have no problem with commitment. I have no problem with monogamy. I have no problem being intimate and having sex with just one woman. My libido and everything works perfectly fine. Why? Because I have the right woman to share my life with. I have the woman who makes my life better, who makes me a better man, who makes me happier. And as long as she continues to do that, I'm going to continue to be by her side. Not for her, but for me. And that's what I want you to understand about us men is we don't give ourselves to you for you. We do it for ourselves because it makes us feel better. It makes us feel happier. I have some friends who are in the music business, and we're talking with, lots of like famous, like big music stars. And, these guys are, there was a day and a time where these guys would bet everyone and everything. And they could get any girl that they wanted whenever they wanted. But after a while, these guys realize, you know what? This doesn't work for me. Like, this is shallow. I want something more. I want something deeper. And these guys who can get anyone anytime they wanted realize, you know what? I'm not looking for this anymore. And what do they wind up doing? They wind up finding that special woman to share their life with and said, you know what? I don't care about all those other women. I want to be with this woman because she's different. She makes me happy and she makes my life better. So I want you to understand that there's a difference between an emotional boy and an emotional man. Okay? And I really want you to get this because if you just can understand this, your love life has become so much easier. So let's talk about the boys. Now we're talking about boys who are emotional boys. Okay, they never grew up emotionally. Now these are the guys who are selfish. It's all about them. They're immature, right? They're just not mature. They make really childish choices and decisions. They're only interested in getting laid. They're irresponsible and they're not good relationship partners. That's why they're called boys, is because they're like emotional juveniles. Now, you can give your heart to a boy, okay? And you can love a boy and you can sacrifice, but you will never, ever, ever be happy. That's just the way it is. You may have moments of happiness, but you'll never be fulfilled. You'll never have the relationship that you truly desire in your heart. There's always going to be something missing. You're always going to be frustrated because these boys treat you like a convenience. They treat you like an object. They don't respect you. And then you're like, I don't understand. Well, because you're with a boy. You're investing your time, your energy in a boy, and a boy will never be able to love you the way you truly want to be loved. Just like these rock stars. Okay, it wasn't until they emotionally transitioned into men who then became responsible, who then said, you know what? It's not just about me. These people that I'm banging, they're actually people, and I can't keep using people for my own good. And then, what, they become responsible, and they say, women are more than just, something to, get into bed with. And so the difference between a man is he's unselfish. Now, it doesn't mean that a man always puts his needs on the back burner, that he's a wuss. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that, he has his own needs and desires, but he also realizes that there's a time and place where I've got to put my needs on the back burner to take care of my woman. There's a time a couple of months ago where my wife had major surgery, and the recovery was 2 months. And so for 2 months, I had to basically put most of myself and my needs on the back burner to step up, to make breakfast, to take the kids to school, to do the laundry. My wife couldn't lift anything over 10 pounds. Okay, wasn't what I really wanted to do, but I knew in that moment that I had to step up. And I'm not saying, look at me, build me a monument. I'm not saying, but I'm saying this is how a man treats a woman. He knows that there's a time and place where he's got to put his needs on the back burner to take care of his woman, to take care of his family. A man also treats a woman like a priority. A priority. It's not just that she's a convenience, that he can come and go when he pleases, and he can use her as an object. That it's only about sex. A man realizes that, yeah, sex is awesome. Like us men, we love sex. Okay, but we also realize that there's a relationship that happens outside the bedroom. One of the things I think that makes my relationship with my wife so strong is we literally are best friends. We enjoy being with each other. Yesterday again was our anniversary, so we spent the day with the kids. They were off. We had a teachers convention here in New Jersey, and we went bowling, and as a family. And then afterwards we went out to dinner, and then we went to see a comedy show at night. And it was just a great day, and we were laughing, and we were high-fiving as we were bowling, and we can joke with each other. And to me, that's what makes our relationship so special. I think any two people can jump into a bedroom and have great sex. Okay, but how many people can have, emotional sex outside the bedroom, where that's that great emotional connection, where you're best friends, you're lovers, you're partners, and you really get each other and you work together. So I really want you to understand that you've got to understand that there's a difference between a man and a boy. And if you can just understand that, your love life is going to be so much easier. Now, I also want you to understand that being a man doesn't mean that you're a pussy, that you're a wimp, that you have no balls, you have no testosterone, that you're going to back down, and that a woman walks all over you. I mean, you can pretty see, I'm a Jersey guy, born and raised in the Bronx, grew up Italian, don't take shit from anybody. Okay, and anybody gets in my way and stands in the way between me, my family, or something I'm desire, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to take care of business. I'm not going to back down, and I'm not afraid of anything. And you can't imagine how much shit I get from guys for creating videos like this. People say, oh, you're a mangina, you're a pussy, you're a wuss, you're a dick, you're an a-hole, all this stuff. And you know what? I don't give a shit. I really don't. Because the only person I really care about is the person looking back in the mirror. And I know as long as I can look myself in the mirror and I'm doing the best I can, then you know what? That's all I've got to worry about. And I want you to understand that's how it is for us men. And again, I'm pleased saying, do not build me a monument and say, oh, Joe, you're so special and Natalie's so lucky and all that. Yeah, I believe she is lucky, but I'm just as lucky. And I want you to understand there are a lot of great guys out there who are looking for that wonderful, special woman to share their life with. But they realize, you know what? I'm not going to give my heart and I'm not going to dedicate my life to anybody. They realize that there are a lot of women out there who are desperate, who are needy, that will go with any guy who pays attention to them, that are insecure, that put up emotional walls and don't trust guys. Now, if you're one of those women, I want you to know you got to do your work, because if you want a guy to commit the rest of his life to you, when a man comes along, he's like, why am I going to be with you? You don't trust me? You're insecure. I'm constantly have to reinforce your self-worth and self-esteem, and it's never enough. And it's something I see all the time in GPS flow. Oh, he needs to text me 3 times a day. He needs to tell me he loves me all the time. And it's like, you know what? That becomes work for us. We want to do it because it comes from our heart, because we mean it, not because you're so desperate, insecure, or needy. And please understand, I'm not trying to make you wrong, but I'm trying to shine some light to help you understand what it takes for a man to commit the rest of his life to one woman and commit to you. So you've got to be the woman, be the partner that makes the right man step up. And a lot of times that means walking away from the boys and being strong enough and being committed enough to say, you know what, I'm going to give up the good to go for the great. You know, one of my favorites, one of the things that attracted me to my wife from the very beginning is she told me a story when we were dating that she had been single for a while, and her old boyfriend, the guy that she dated for a couple of years, calls her up out of the blue and says, you know what, can we get together for lunch? And now she was single. She's like, okay. So she gets together for lunch, and I'm going to give you this Cliff Notes version. And now he was engaged to another woman. And he basically says, you know what, if we get back to, if we get back together, will you marry? And I'm not putting it correctly, but basically wanted to know if she would get back together with him. Okay. And ultimately get married. And now he was engaged to another woman. And what she did then would really gave me an insight into who she was. And she asked him, she's like, you know what, if we get married, can I stay home if we have kids? Because that's something that was very, very, very important to my wife. She grew up in a culture, Italian culture, where the grandmother was home and the her mom was home. So grew up with a big female presence in the home. And he said no. And he just, based on what he did and his occupation, he just couldn't afford that to happen. She would need to work. Now, at that point, he was giving her everything she wanted. Okay, she had been single for a while, no good prospects. And this guy comes along and says, you know what? I'll give you the ring. You can get married. You can have kids. You can have it all. The only thing is you can't stay home. Now, because in her heart, that's really what she wanted, she was willing to walk away. And she's like, no, I'm sorry. And she walked away. And when she told me that story, I'm like, you know what? This is an amazing woman. This is a woman who's strong, who's committed to having the relationship that she wants, and she's not willing to settle, just like me, because that's exactly how I felt at that time. And so it's like, you know what? This is the kind of woman I want to get to know better. And here we are, 18 years later, 16 years married. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand that good relationships just don't happen. Okay? It's not luck. It's not, some universal force arbitrarily picking and choosing who finds love and who doesn't. It's people who show up in life a certain way, who do things a certain way, who are being a certain way. And that's how they attract the loves of their life. So I really hope that this resonates with you. I really hope that you understand, and the biggest takeaway from this is that there's differences between boys and men. Good men have no problem with commitment, and they're out there and they're looking for a great woman, and you need to be that woman and put yourself out there in a way that that's the attention of that guy. And any guy who doesn't want to be with you is simply the wrong guy. And keep putting yourself out there until you find the right one, because I believe with 100% certainty that he is out there, he's looking for you, and when he finds you, he's never going to let you go. Now, I've got a couple of gifts for you. Before you go, I've written a special report. It's called The 5 Types of Emotionally Unavailable Guys. I talked about the boys. Well, there are 5 types of these guys out there. And you've got to be able to recognize them and identify the red flags and the signs that you're with a guy or you're pursuing a guy that's never going to be able to give you the love that you're really looking for. So I've written a special report. I'm going to put it below this video. Just click on the link. It's my gift to you because I really want you to understand, because no matter what you think, no matter how much you love a guy, no matter how much you sacrifice for a boy, he's never going to be able to give you the fulfilling relationship that you want. Now, if you stay with a guy and you marry that guy, you'll have a marriage, you'll have a relationship, but it'll never be the marriage and the relationship you truly desire in your heart. So I create this report specifically for you, because if you have a habit of giving your heart to the wrong guys, investing in the wrong relationships, staying in relationships too long, thinking that things are going to change, it's going to get better, and he's going to go back to who he pretended to be in the beginning, you're wasting your precious time. So it's my gift to you. Simply click on the link below. Now, if this is the first time you're watching this, what I'd like you to do is come over to my website. It's gpsforlove.com. Again, that's gpsforlove.com. And on the homepage, there's a little link on the right-hand side that says join our mailing list. Okay. And each week we send out 3 emails. Okay. 3 emails, 3 videos where we talk about the truth about men dating and relationships. I created GPS for Love because I want you to understand this whole men dating relationship thing doesn't have to be as difficult as it appears to be. The reason it's difficult because nobody ever showed you how to do things a certain way and how to do things right. And a lot of stuff that's out there is really not true. It's not about getting a guy, it's about catching a guy. What good is getting another guy if he's not the right guy? What good is getting into a relationship if it's the wrong relationship? What good is getting married if it's never going to be the marriage that you truly wanted? So this is about learning how to get the right guy for the right reasons and create the relationship that you really desire and deserve. So simply come over to our website, gpsforlove.com, get on our mailing list, and join our family. And last thing before you go, if this resonated with you and you really like it, I'm going to ask you to do three things. I'm going to ask you to like it, just hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and more importantly, please share this with any woman over the age of 30, even if she's in a relationship. Okay? I'm so sick and tired of women saying, you know, I wasted years of my life with this guy, and then we go back and you know what, the red flags were there. Yeah, sometimes the truth hurts, but as the old expression says, the truth shall set you free. Okay? So hope you enjoyed this. It's always an honor and privilege to be with you. I'll see you next time. Much love.